Hi, this is Dr. Kimberly Leonard, author of Visualizing Happiness in Every Area of Your Life, and hosted this podcast, Incredible Life Creator. And today I have with me Yasser Fathy. Hey, Yasser.
Hi, Dr. Kimberly. So pleased to be with you in your awesome podcast tonight.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have you. And just so people know you, I'm going to read just a few things about you. So,
Sure.
Yasser Fathy has a degree in English Literature and Linguistics. He is a certified trainer and coach and best-selling author. Through his proprietary Six Circles model, Yasser empowers individuals and organizations to achieve transformative personal and professional growth, overcome challenges, and make bold decisions. Yasser honed his skills through distinguished roles at prestigious corporations such as Xerox, Procter & Gamble, Reuters, and Citibank. In 2006, he founded Gold Mines Training and Consulting, where he serves as CEO and Chief Visionary Officer. He's a three-time TEDx speaker, and he's a regular guest speaker on Ramadan Radio. Well, that was in 2021 to 2023. And he's an adventurous traveler, sports enthusiast, avid scuba diver, horseback rider, biker, mountain hiker, bungee jumper, firewalker, and kickboxer. And he's traveled over 30 countries. So you have a lot to talk about, Yasser.
Yeah, I guess so. But I don't want to talk about all this at the beginning. I would like to exclusively tell your audience and my audience and all the people who are watching this amazing podcast, I have a confession. All right. Let me start with this. I have a confession. I was born with that idealistic desire to save everyone. But after living for more than 60 years on this planet, I learned I just can't do it unless you allow me to. It's true that I have helped more than 100,000 persons around the world to transform their lives and find solutions to their previously unsolved problems. I mean previously, I mean decades. Decades. That problem resisted persisted for decades, be it personal, career, business, health, or even spiritual. But I don't seek gratitude or bind anyone with my kindness. No, it's not my intention at all. I only seek to affirm my presence with impact. Well, that's what I tell my clients. You don't have to fight your battle alone, my friend. Perhaps you are the one soul I was created to nurture, to help bloom. I don't aspire to perform miracles or wonders, but I hope to dispel loneliness in this world with the smallest yet most meaningful touches of care and connection, art and science, experience and wisdom. And if I manage to help one soul, one person, and transform their lives to the better, I'm done. I'm fully paid. But still, I'm greedy. As long as I'm alive, I don't retire. I don't retire, Dr. Crumply. What do you mean by retiring? Someone invented that word and everybody followed it. As long as you're breathing and you can do something to the human kind, what's stopping you? So what's retirement? So, but that's another big story. I'm starting a new life. I changed everything in my life at the age of 61. And this is a fresh start for me.
And
That's how I
every
do.
day is, right? Every day is a fresh start if we choose it that way.
I agree. Can't agree more. Can't agree more. Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, you somewhere along the way, you had to get some skills or do something to do what you're doing. So, where did you start? Were you in high school thinking, "Ah, I think I'm going to be a coach and a speaker one day"? What were you thinking, and how did you get to here?
I never thought I would be able to. stand on a stage and talk to hundreds and maybe thousands of people. Never occurred to my life at all. I was a lousy public speaker. I tried my luck in high school. I was okay. I felt literally that the ground is vanishing underneath me. And that was the lesson. That was the moment. That was one of my first aha moment. I will never put myself in a situation of weaknesses and humiliation and vulnerability like this again. So I have two choices. One is to avoid public speaking altogether. I'm not going to do it again. Kill me, but I'm not going on the stage. Or two is to learn it and to be good at it. And that was my choice. I didn't plan it, it was just a decision sent to the universe. Okay, I had no idea then how, when, where I'm gonna do this, or even is there any science called standing on a stage in the first place, except acting. I didn't know about anything like that. In my time, like early, late 70s, early 80s, we didn't hear a lot about public speaking courses or seminars, something like that. Okay. But life went on, and I made the decision and I let it out in the universe. Years passed by. I started working. Actually, it started to manifest one way or another without even me knowing about it. My first job was in sales. I started to be a salesman, took an extensive training program in selling at Xerox. And that was a very tough environment. Back there in the Middle East, I worked there and I was good. I was so good at it. Okay. It gave me that toughness, mental toughness. There's no such a thing that I can't sell to this person. No, no, it just doesn't, it's not in my mindset. Okay. And by the way, we all do sales all the time. If you can
Mhm.
tell your boyfriend or your husband, what movie do you want to watch? You want to watch this one or that one? And that's what we call in sales optional closing.
Mhm. Right.
We sell it all the time. We sell to our kids, to our everyone. We're selling anyway. And when I did well in Xerox, it wasn't good enough for me. I moved to another company. I learned that was my first school, Xerox. Then I moved to Procter and Gamble, P&G, and that was another school of life. For example, let me give you a small differentiation between the two. Both are good, both are excellent, both are two schools. In Xerox, the motto is time is money.
Mhm.
In PNG, the motto is time is life. Here, if you waste your, it's obvious. Anyway, okay. Now, when you mix the two together, they make a good combination. And after Procter and Gamble, I did well. I made the market records. I moved to Reuters news agency, managing a region in the Middle East, selling as well. I made some remarkable achievements, which I'm very proud of. Selling completely different products, but selling is selling. You just know the new product and you use the techniques, and people are people. And you know, sales is like a transform, a trans. You're only transmitting energy. If you have a positive energy, you transmit it to the client. It's not about the product or the price. It's about you. Your
Mhm.
first product is you, and your first client is you as well. If you both, you're done. You're good.
Mhm.
See? And my last stop in the corporate life was in Citibank after Reuters. Citibank selling financial products, credit cards, loans, etc. And there was the pivot. Coming back from a very aggressive sales environment as a sales manager in Citibank, I want my team to be number one, number one, number one, not two. Why?
Mhm.
Don't ask me. This is how I thought about it. I number one. So I kept asking. There were like 7 or 8 sales teams in the bank. And I asked myself, how can I make my team number one? The answer came quickly. Uh, give them some of your knowledge, some of the good trainings that you've been through. And I said, okay, this is a good idea. This is an edge that I can give to my team that other teams don't have. So every day in the morning, I give them like 10, 15 minutes tips on selling, maybe a rapport. At the evening, when I meet them, maybe another 15 minutes on body language, and so on and so forth, every single day. The result in a month or two that my team became number one by far. So the bank management asked me, yes, sir, what do you do? What's the secret? They thought that I'm doing frauds or something like that to get applications. And I said, no, don't worry, relax, sit back. I
Mhm.
just train them. I transform my energy to them every single day. And I
Mhm.
go with them and I show it to them. I prove it to them. If they have a tough client, I tell them, okay, I'm coming with you tomorrow to that
Mhm.
client. Book an appointment. And I show them how they do it. So they don't come back to me with excuses for not achieving. You saw me do it, and you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. Okay,
Mhm.
and that's so. Maybe a few days later, the manager told me, "Yes, sir. If you do this that well to your team, why don't you do it to all the teams, to the whole
Mhm.
bank, and the results of the whole bank will be skyrocketing?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, you're assigned in the HR. You will be the new HR and training manager. And I said, what? I don't know nothing about HR and the training. Come on, I'm a salesman. Come on. I said, no, no, no. Trust me, think about it. And this is your new job description. Then, long story short, I accepted the position and I love specifically the area of training. Well, it seems that I have the skill, maybe I've learned it somewhere in the sales, that I can transform the knowledge to other people. Some people have the knowledge, but they don't have the ability to transfer it to other people and train them as well. Well, I accepted the job, became the training and HR manager. I came up with new ideas selling the products. I customized training programs and selling the new products. And I loved it. And I started doing it. And it seems that I did it so well that other companies heard about me, heard about my trainings. So they started to approach me, asking me to do training for their companies as a freelancer, of course, with the approval of the bank. Well, okay, I started doing it. A couple of days off, and I delivered that training here or there, and I was paid ridiculously low. But I was happy that I have developed a new skill that people are ready to pay for.
Mhm.
Again, it seemed that I did well somehow. The demand increased, and I reached the point where I find myself have 6 or 7 months in advance training calendar. And that was the time I moved from the corporate life to private small business. I quit the corporate life and I opened Gold Mines Training and Consulting in January 2006, and it's still running. That was the major pivot in my life.
That's beautiful. And, they say that, like you said, we're always selling. And if you want to do well in any type of business and probably any relationship, you have to know how to sell. It's just like one of the most important primary skills.
I agree, can't agree more. When I this quote I read somewhere that the world's greatest salesman is the one who can convince his wife that she's too young for a mink coat.
That's right. She's too young for a
See?
mink.
Yeah, isn't that right? It will
Uh-huh.
sell, right? It will sell.
Mu- Much harder than selling the pen, if you've ever been to a sales training, they sell me this pen.
Oh, that's the old trick. Oh my God. Yeah, you know what? Sell me this pin. Another funny story that one manager told applicant, sell me this laptop. Okay. So the applicant said, okay, can I come from the outdoor, from the outside the room? I can knock and start from the very beginning. He said, yeah, sure. Okay. She said, can I, excuse me, may I take the laptop? Okay, sure. Okay. He took the laptop and went out, closed the door, and went home. He took the laptop and left the building. And you can imagine the rest of the scenario, of course. The manager is calling, where are you? Where are you? And the applicant said, well, I have laptop. I have your laptop. How much do you want to pay for it?
That's good.
I can bring it back. How much you want to pay for it? Okay, I'm selling it to you. It's just a funny story that we use to make people laugh in the classroom. But this is not the real life. Selling is about honesty. It's about honesty. I don't want that my client to think of me as a aggressive and pushy salesman. No. I want him to think of me as his trusted advisor. And I will be getting repeated business. If not for him, from his clients, from his audience, from his neighbors, from his relatives, from his friends. He can turn into my best salesman working for me. Am I right?
That's right. That is so right.
And this is how I started the public speaking thing. I started to train people in classes, and then I was approached to give speeches in major corporations and organizations, and even the government and the ministries. And then I started doing that with passion. I only tell them the truth. I speak only the truth. I'm not going there for business, regardless if we agreed or not. If I agreed to stand on your stage, I'll give you my best and my very best. And if you don't like my best, then I'm not doing good job. Please don't pay me. Money will come. It's not that. If you don't, what I used to say that it's not what you say, not even how you say it. It's where your speech is coming from.
Mm,
It's if it's coming from your heart, your authentic self, anyone can be you.
mm,
That's how I say. Then come the other story of my first book. Want to hear
mhm.
about it?
Yes.
Okay. I I talked about it at TEDx in my third TEDx talk. I can share the link with you and your audience. They can watch the video and it's just a 12 minutes video. But like 17 years ago, Dr. Kimberly, I was standing in a room delivering one of my personal development courses. And the debate started about, we started to question the value of these personal development training programs that you'll be rich, you'll be happy, you'll be famous, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, I've probably attended dozens of training programs around the world and read tons of personal development or self help books. I'm sure you did the same. But there was always something omitted, something is missing. That's how me and the audience felt exactly, to be honest. There was that piece of the puzzle that we all looking for. Something is not just right. Yes, it's good. I'm not saying anything bad about other people, but there was something missing. And as the debate was, the heat rose in the room. And I was okay, okay. I kept thinking. And suddenly, and in a flash, all my accumulated experience coming rushing towards me in a flash. And I found myself going to the whiteboard and drawing six circles, three on top and three on the bottom. And this is how and where the six circles model was born. And now it's the highest on demand training course. It's a best selling book and it's award winning This is the book, by the way. This is the Arabic version.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you see
Mm-hmm.
it. Okay, and this is the fourth edition, and the English version is on print now. Everything will be available on my website, yescoaching.com. And I started to explain to the people, inspired by Einstein's great quote, and his definition of insanity. I'm sure you know about it. Einstein said, insanity is to keep doing the same thing in the same way and expect different results. So, in order to stop this insanity, I came up with the 6 circles model. 6 circles. And it tells you exactly what to do. And by the way, I cannot tell the people what to write in the circles. For example, let me show you something. Okay. I always provide the 6 circles for my clients blank.
Mm-hmm.
I just guide them to fill it up because everyone is different. Every single person is different in all areas of your life, personal life, career, money, health, relationship, you name it, spiritual, you name it. Just circle it. So I'm proud to say that I've witnessed people's lives transform. People who used to smoke for more than 20 or 30 years, they quit smoking. People who've been trying to lose weight for ages, they lost the weight and became, I don't know, completely different people. People who were about to quit their jobs, they stayed and they got a promotion. And many things that surprises me personally, to the extent that I realized after more than 15 years of teaching the 6 circles and speaking about it and writing about it, and I've been to the TV and radio and broadcast for dozens of times. It's that, well, I can't say this, but it's that my audience told it to me. It's, yes, this is a law of life. Because when I look back at my life, I found out that, oh my God, every single achievement I'm proud of right now, when I really analyze it after your training, I find out that I practiced the 6 circle literally without even knowing it. It just happened. You know, it's like gravity. You don't think about gravity, Dr. Kimberly. You don't, but it has a law, like Isaac Newton discovered it. So the law is there. It was created. It's just we, humankind, took the time till we discovered it. So if Newton discovered gravity and wrote the law of it, and we still using it even before he talks about gravity, we still using it without even knowing it. We don't keep telling ourselves, "Oh, this gravity is cool. You know what? Without gravity, I would have been flying in the room." No, but we use it all the time. We use it to build buildings and invent inventions, and that's exactly what I would like to think about the 6 circles. It's a discovery rather than an invention. It's just now well framed. I even took a diploma in CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. I'm a certified.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that this is linked perfectly with the CBT. So it's a science based module, not just like a hocus pocus thing, of the self improvement stuff. So it's based on scientific facts. If you follow this correctly and to the point, you get to where you want. This is how I made it in every area of my life. This is how I bought a new car when I was bankrupt, close to bankruptcy. This is how I traveled the world. I traveled more than 30 countries around the world. This is how I put my children in the best schools and universities. This is how I started a new life in the United States after 60 years of living in the Middle East. No one start immigrating in the age of 60 and starting a new life and have ambitious and plans. And I haven't heard of anyone like that, but I would love to hear.
Yeah. So why did you decide to come to United States?
Well, That's a big question. That's a very big question. Before I come to the United States, I looked at the map, the world map. There were so many trials before that, before the United States. It's not the first country, but it's the the last. I mean, this is what I'm happy now. This is where I'm comfortable. I will continue traveling, but this is now my new home. I traveled to the east and west, north and south, all the way down to South Africa and Mauritius, all the way up to the Scandinavian countries and Europe and east. But I never traveled that far. I never crossed the Atlantic. Okay, so I thought about the Gulf area, the UK, Europe, even Canada. All these are great places, but I wanted to follow my heart. When I looked at the map, after all these travels, I shortlisted the United States and California and San Diego in specific. So I came to San Diego. I spent like 6 months there until I moved to now I'm in Sacramento, and I'm happy. I'm good. Starting the business. Clients are great. Life is super, and I'm seeing my new manifestations, Doctor Kumberly. Here I am. I'm in a podcast with a great person and a great podcast.
We're happy to have you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. There's no coincidence in this life.
Mm.
There's nothing called coincidence. It's our explanation of the unexplainable incidents, but there's no such a thing as coincidence. You see, if you send your request, I want to be a good public speaker, and the universe takes over it, take care of it, takes care of it without even knowing it. Just intend it and act upon it and do your best. Simple, ancient wisdom, just that the people don't believe in it. That's all.
I mean, you've made so many wonderful points, be honest, do your best. I mean, just the basic things of life if you want to be happy and successful.
Exactly. I used to say, love it or leave it, love it or change it. Was it anything in your life? You either do it with passion, since you accepted it, do it. If you accepted that job, even if you hated it, but you accepted it, do your best. And this will be the step to the next step, the stepping stone to the next stage in your life. You never know. You never know. The universe works in a miraculous ways. You don't have to figure it out at that time. Just wait and see. And oh my God, this life is amazing. Greatest gift.
So, so true. So, at this point, I would like you to tell people, where to find you. You did say your website earlier, but just go ahead and say it again. And also, which services, what things you're doing now that are available to people.
Thank you. Thank you. My website will be up and running soon. I'll be launching it soon. My website, you can edit this part if you wish. My website is yasscoaching.com. YASS coaching, one word, .com. And you can email me directly in my email support at yescoaching.com. I read all the emails on the support. I'm also on I'll put the links to my social media. I have a channel on YouTube and Facebook and all the other interesting stuff that you know. They're all linked together. What I do right now, that's a very good question. Here's what I do. I do trainings to individuals and groups, to small businesses and major corporations. Trainings. Six Circles is one of the trainings I do. I do six circles and public speaking and how to develop your charisma. These are the three things that I do, and maybe one new thing that I Company. It's called I Company, the brand name of the course. It's about personal branding. I also do public speaking. I motivate people and the topic that you wish to have. If you have a problem in integrity, if you have a problem in productivity, efficiency, whatever, tell me what you want, and I write up the inspiring speech and motivating speech that move your people towards the results that you wish to have in your company. That's for the corporation. And I do coaching, mental health coaching, and CBT coaching to individuals and groups as well, one to one, personal, in person, or online. And of course, my book will be soon available on the website as well. Six circles, six circles. So you can buy the book. The book itself is a complete course. I wrote the book, Dr. Kimberly, so that anyone read the book doesn't need to come to me. Okay, it works by itself. Just apply what's in the book and you will be there. If you can't afford the courses, if you can't afford the coaching, if you can't afford anything, just get the book, very cheap price, read it, follow the instructions. It's self-explanatory, you will get there. I want the six circles to be available to everyone. Okay, I don't want to hide it for myself. I want it available even the lowest price possible. And that was my vision, as a matter of fact, that would like to share with you at the end. My vision is the whole world eventually will learn about the model and the law of the six circles. My short term vision is to have the six circles taught in schools and universities, not just courses and paid things. I just want all the new generation to learn about the six circles. As a matter of fact, I have experiences in people who have difficulties with math and science and when they use the six circles, oh my God, they became different people. And these stories I heard from their moms.
Mhm.
I never know what happened to them later, but it just took the course. And the mom taught the six circles to her
Mhm.
kids, and that was the results. So it's transferable. I want it to be transferable to the generations to come. It's the law of life. All right. This is my vision, and maybe I would like to share with you the last revised mission statement of Yes Coaching, if you allow me.
Yes.
Yeah. What I say in the mission is that we, as Yes Coaching organizations, we empower individuals and organizations to conquer impossible challenges and achieve audacious goals. Using science backed frameworks, we simplify complexity, unlock hidden potential, and turn ambition into measurable results, measurable successes, equipping people and teams to thrive in work, life, and beyond.
Love that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I think your audience now know how to reach me. I'll say it one last time, if you allow me. Yescoaching.com. That's the website. The email is support @yescoaching.com. And you can find me and Google me with Yes Coaching or Yasser Fathy, Yasser Fathy. If you Google me, you will find me the first result.
All right. Well, now I have a personal question for you.
What? You don't like my tie?
What gives you the most happiness and fulfillment in your life at this point?
Okay, that's a very good question. Many things. One is to see the joy on the audience who attend my courses, and I see the differences from the first day they entered the classroom till the last day when they're going out, and the change on their faces and the smiles gives me, oh my God, I'm done. I'm good. I'm fulfilled. That's
Mhm.
why. Two is to make good money. Money is important. It's not the important, but it's important that I can provide the good life I wish for my kids and my family, and help me in expansion to write more books, to buy more material, to my seminars, and to travel and live the good life everyone deserves. That what makes me happy. Not the exact material thing, because I'm rich no matter what. I feel rich no matter what. If I have $1 in my bank account or 1 million, I'm the exact same person. It doesn't affect me at all. I'm still rich. Okay. So my son one time said a very wise thing. He said, "You're never rich unless you're happy."
Mm.
Isn't that wise?
That is really wise. That is very, very wise.
Yeah, I'm proud of my kids.
Well,
That's it.
thank you so much for being here and for sharing the six circles and your wisdom and your story.
Thank you very much. I wish everyone, I'll make it available to everyone very soon. Just check on my website. I'll make the course available to everyone. I'll record it very soon. It will be very affordable to everyone and maybe in multiple languages as well to be spread around the world. And I wish to have you one day in the Six Circles training.
Oh, thank you. So I have one last question for you.
Sure.
What is your best advice on living an incredible, amazing life?
Good. That's a very big and great question. I wish someone told me this many, many, many years ago, but I will share now with your audience. Uh, to make it concise, three major things. Three. Number one, never give up. Giving up is not an option. Giving up means deciding to die. This is the end. You decide to be a zombie,
Mm.
okay? Because if you give up, what else you have to do? Nothing. It's self-defeat, you know? Because this is the man's biggest enemy is himself. His fears, his hesitation, his laziness, okay? So it all comes from here. So number one, giving up is not an option. You keep trying and trying and trying and trying. Till when? To the last breath. Because the other option is horrible, is dying. Even when you are living, when you're still breathing. This is number one, never give up. Number two, it takes fire to glow gold. The road is not rosy and pinky. It's bumpy. It's very bumpy. And this is life. Come on, let's grow up. It is not smooth. It's like this. It is like this. But guess what? It's like this and up.
Mm-hmm.
Takes you higher. Not like the mediocres, which is, well, if that's your choice and you're happy with it, okay, don't talk to me. Okay?
Hmm.
Keep to yourself. It's pumpy and it's gold. So it takes fire to glow gold. Number three, and the last, patience is a virtue. And what do I mean by patience? And I talked about it in a TV interview. What is patience? One day I was frustrated, like everyone can. This is one of my setbacks. I was frustrated, working hard and not achieving the desired results. So I went to my late dad, and my father was a very wise man. I told him, Dad, what do you mean patience? What do you mean by patience? I've been patient for years. What do you mean patience? How long should I wait?
Hmm.
And he told me, and his answer was one word, one word. Can you believe that, Dr. Complete? He said, don't panic. Just don't be afraid. Wait and see. And while you're waiting, you're doing, you're acting. It's just like waiting. Here's patient. Come on. It's not happening.
Uh-huh.
You act on it. You act on it, and you know it's going to happen, and because you have no other option. So my three advices to anyone: never give up. It takes fire to glow gold. Patience is a virtue.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yes.
My pleasure, Dr. Complete. I'm so honored and pleased to be in your podcast today.
All right. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.